Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I'm really excited about today's tutorial because I've been wanting to do a 90s supermodel makeup look for such a long time. I started in the 90s as a makeup artist, so it's very special to me to do this look. And also I'm really excited because I'm sharing with you the new Makeup by Mario makeup products. And I'm also going to share with you guys my brand new product called Blunder Cover. So I can't wait for you guys to see this tutorial. So let's go. So I have my lovely model Renee here, and let's get started. The first product I'm using is this rose spray. I buy it at Air One. It's so great. I love using it to refresh the skin and to open the pores and just to give her a little bit of a mist. I'm also applying one of my favorite lip balms by PARADIS. It smells like banana. It's so good, and it just gives her lips a really nice moisture. Next is the JAMACIA massage roller. This is something I love doing on my clients before I do makeup. I love massaging the face before I do makeup application. It acts like a lymphatic massage and it lifts and tightens the face before makeup. I'm starting now on the makeup, so I'm gonna move you in a little bit closer so you can see better. I like to start with these eye pads. They're really great when I do the eye makeup first. It obviously is great for her under eye area to give it a little bit more moisture, but also it helps to catch all the fallout from the eyeshadow, and it's easier for me later on to clean up underneath the eye area. First, I'm using the Makeup by Mario Master Eye Prep and Set. It's really great before I do the eyeshadow, and it acts just like a primer. It also evens out her eyelid, so it's all the same tone. I want to get the brows out of the way, so I'm doing them first. I'm using the HOURGLASS sculpting pencil, and I'm filling them in where they're sparse, and I'm also creating some shape. To keep the brows in place, I'm using the HOURGLASS brow gel. So let's go back to the eyes. I'm starting with the Makeup by Mario eye pencil, and I'm using the shade brown. So I'm taking the pencil and I'm drawing a line closer to the lash line, working my way inwards and outwards. And you don't have to be too precise with making it too perfect. Make sure to get really close to the inner corner. So I'm using one of Makeup by Mario's brushes. They're so great, and I'm going in to just blend out that line I've created earlier, and you have to do it fairly quickly before the product dries. And I'm basically just creating a base, for the eyelid before I go in with my eyeshadow. And now I'm doing the exact same thing on the other side. And I go in between her lash line. So now the fun part begins. I'm using the Makeup by Mario Master Matte palette. I'm starting with this shade right here, and I'm applying it with one of Makeup by Mario brushes. It's a dome brush, and I'm just putting it into the socket of her eyes. I just really want to mention how much I love this palette by Makeup by Mario. All the shadows are matte, and I think it's an essential makeup palette to have as a makeup artist or for the everyday woman. You can create so many different looks with it, and you can mix it with any sort of shimmery eyeshadows on top of it. So now I'm going in with this shade, and I'm applying it basically the same way how I applied the eye pencil earlier. And I'm just going over with a brush and just diffusing this eye look with the eyeshadow. So my goal here is to make everything just really like lived in and grungy, and I really don't want any harsh lines in this makeup look. So now I'm going in with a clean Makeup by Mario fluffy dome brush, and I'm just sort of like blending everything together and just make everything sort of cohesive. So now I'm going in with this warmer shade, and I'm again using a Makeup by Mario brush. It's a smaller dome brush. I'm just working that shade on the outer edges just to kind of give this eye makeup a little bit more warmth. Now I'm going in with the lightest shade, and I'm again using a Makeup by Mario brush, and I'm applying this shade right underneath her eyebrows just to create a little bit more definition and to bring more brightness to her eye makeup. And now I'm going in with a Q-tip. I put a little micellar water on it earlier, and I'm just cleaning around the edges. So I think that this eye makeup right now would be already so great for an everyday sort of like very natural eye makeup look, but I want to show you guys, you know, how you can take it to the next level. So now I'm gonna go in with a Makeup by Mario eye pencil, and this is the black shade. It's so gorgeous and it's so smooth and so easy when you apply it, very creamy texture. And I'm just doing the same thing. I'm going really close to her lash line and applying it, and then going in with the back of the pencil with a little brush just to sort of like buff it into her eyes, and I go really close to the inner corner so it all looks super cohesive. And now I'm going in with this brown shade, and I'm basically doing the same thing again. I'm putting that on a smaller brush, and I'm going over the black I just created, and that just softens it again, and it just gives it a more gradient feeling to the eye makeup look. And again, we do the same thing on the other side. So a lot of you probably think why I'm doing so many different layers, but it really is all in the layering. I really believe when you layer and blend your eye makeup, that's how you get this really beautiful end result, where it just sort of looks very lived in, and it looks like, you know, the makeup belongs to you. So now it's time to take these eye pads off. As you can see, there's really not that much fall down, but still, you know, to make it perfect, I'm going in with some micellar water and a little bit of a cotton pad, and I'm just cleaning the under eye area before I do the next step. So now I'm gonna finish the under eye area, and I'm going in with this shade here with a smaller brush by Hourglass, and I'm just applying it, you know, not perfect, just sort of like, you know, a thicker line because it's a very sort of neutral brown, and I'm just sort of like buffing it underneath her eye area. So now I'm going in with a little bit of that warmer brown just on top of it, because I really want the color to pay off, and I still want to give her that like nice grungy feeling underneath her eyes. And now this is where really the whole look comes together. I'm grabbing the black pencil by Makeup by Mario, and I'm going into her waterline and all the way in the inner corner, as you can see. And then I'm grabbing a very sort of like thin brush, and I'm going in between her lashes to like make it really sort of like smudgy and grungy looking. So I'm so excited to show you guys my brand new product. I've not shown it yet on YouTube. Here it is, Blunder cover. So excited to share it with you guys. I'm mixing shade 1 and 3 together, and I'm applying it with the brush I've created called the Hybrid Cream Brush. I'm first applying it with my fingers, and then I'm using my Hybrid Cream Brush to blend it all in. And I'm also using the Beauty Blender at the very end just to sheer it out a little bit more. So I created this product to be a hybrid product, like a concealer slash foundation. And what I'm doing now is I'm basically using it just to conceal her face. So now I'm using the lightest shade 1 underneath her eyes to brighten her under eye area. So Renee has perfect skin, but if you do feel like you need a little extra love, or if you have any areas that you need extra concealing, you could also use Blunder Cover for that. So now I'm going in with shade Fear, which is about 2 shades darker than her skin tone, and I'm using that to sculpt and shape her face. So I'm stamping it where you usually would contour her face or your face, and just a little bit underneath your cheekbones. And I'm also doing it in the jawline. And then I'm going in with the cream hybrid brush to blend it all in. And this product also works really well with the Beauty Blender. I like using the Beauty Blender at the very end just to give it that extra natural sort of finish. I'm doing the same thing on the nose, just with a smaller eye shadow brush, just to make everything look very cohesive. So now I'm going in with the Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Powder, and as you can see, I'm doing it with the Beauty Blender, and you can still see a little bit of the powder. And then I'm going in to take that excess off with a nice big fluffy brush. Now it's mascara time. I'm starting off with the upper lashes with the KOSAS brand new mascara. It's a clean mascara, it's so good. And for the bottom lashes, I'm a huge fan of the Glossier mascara. And the reason is because the formulation is amazing, it doesn't transfer, and I also love the brush. It's really thin, and it's really easy for me to coat the lower lashes with that particular brush. Now to set the contour, I'm going in with the HOOLA bronzing powder. It's a matte formulation. It's really great to set any sort of contour. And I'm using a nice big fluffy fan brush, and I'm applying this product basically exactly the same areas where I used Blunder Cover earlier. And now for blush, I'm actually using a Charlotte Tilbury blush, which looks more like a bronzer, but when you apply it, it's just the perfect pinky nude. It's such a gorgeous color. It's a staple in my makeup kit. I use it on so many of my clients. Just to bring a little bit of a glow into Renee's skin, I'm going in with the Chanel highlighter, and I'm using my fingers first on the highest point of the face, and I'm going in with a small synthetic brush, and I'm blending it out. So the lips were really the inspiration of this makeup look, and as you know, in the 90s everyone was wearing brown tones. All I'm doing is really just creating a perfect shape on her. I'm not overdrawing, I'm just sort of like creating like the perfect shape with the liner, giving her a little bit more of a roundness in her cupid's bow. And then I'm going in with my lipstick. I'm going in with a new launch by Victoria Beckham. The color is called Spice, again very 90s inspired, and this is definitely a lipstick I would have worn back in the days when I was doing makeup in the 90s on one of my clients like Rebecca Romaine. And it's so fun to see that all these colors and shades are totally having a comeback. All right, here's the finished look. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget, as always, like and subscribe. And if you have a chance, go check out Blunder Cover and leave me some comments below. And thanks for watching.